Now, from the heart chakra perspective, so we are in the depths of heart chakra month, and there's a lot of beauty and expansion and positivity and resilience that can come from this time of year and to come from this practice in this month. You can feel a lot of really alive, excess, abundant love and joy and sweetness that can come. It can also be really challenging. You could also feel more than you've probably felt in a long time. Your sensitivity may be heightened. For those of you who follow astrological trends and things, the movements of the large planets, we've got a lunar eclipse, full moon, Mercury retrograde on the horizon, which basically means that everybody's going to be batshit crazy, reactive like you've not seen probably in a long time. High highs, low lows. Get ready for the swing because it's coming. And whether people tune into the astrology of the movement of these planets and these energies and how it works, the moon especially, we are all affected. We are lunar beings. You see the tides. The tides are affected by that. We are water beings. Whether you think it's hocus pocus, like woohoo shit or what, it's like there's electromagnetic energy that happens, and we are electrical and chemical beings and water beings that are being affected by these external influences. So what I love to talk about it in that space is that you don't have to read your horoscope and not leave the house because, oh no, this is what's going to happen. But it's great to have some information and some awarenesses that, oh, maybe my reactive mind, my emotional roller coaster internally isn't all everybody else's fault. Hey, maybe it's not because every person, it's like, that one's an asshole and this one did this and I can't believe and they're so insensitive and how dare they? It's like, watch it. How big is your anger? It's like it's most likely not all their fault. So there's a lot of, energy that's going to be up. Your sadness, your despair, your melancholy, your irritation, your regrets, your guiltiness, your shamefulness, whatever energy of your emotional reality that you are struggling with, everybody is going to be dealing with their own emotional roller coaster. So it helps sometimes to know that so that we can then choose our battles appropriately. Heart Chakra Month is very much about, and working in the energy of Heart Chakra is a twofold thing. We have shadow and light to everything. The light of the heart is generosity, is open-hearted forgiveness, is wanting to connect in love and friendship, unconditional love, where you're just giving and giving from a place without expectation. I love, therefore I give. It's this like, I'm overflowing, so I'm going to help you with that. The shadow of the heart chakra, when we've been hurt, when we've been taken from, when we've been abused, when we've been in codependent relationships where we just excessively offer and offer and offer and offer, and we don't get the appreciation, we don't get the validation, people are insensitive to us. Maybe, you've been heartbroken in a way that feels just completely unfair. You can be treated really unkindly. Grief, major grief stuff can happen, and then all the attachments that come with grief processing when it wasn't your choice to end a relationship, whether it was through death or being cut off in a way that felt really unconscious. We can tell ourselves all kinds of stories and justify our feelings. I have a right to be angry. I have a right to be hurt. I have a right to curl up into a ball and just kind of want to die. I don't really want to, life is too unfair and these things I can't hold this anymore. I'm just going to go and screw it. I'm going to disconnect from everybody. All men are jerks. All women are like this. All people are going to be this way. That's never, when you start seeing that reality around you, that's the reality that you're going to live in. That's the world that you're going to see. If you want to look for the negativity and you want to look for the motherfuckery, it's everywhere. It's like, especially on this island, you are not going to get away from it. There will be so many examples of that. And we'll all say, yeah, yep, yes, that is correct. And what are you doing about it? What are you doing to change that dynamic? What are you doing to change the energy of this place? What are you doing to be more responsible? Are you choosing to take the high road? Are you doing your yogic work? Or are you just towing the line of every other thing that everybody else is doing? I'm going through my divorce. Prime example. I have two children, and they were 5 and 3 at the time of my divorce, or 8 and 5. That's 3 years apart. So I had a choice to make. I had this super intense interactions with my husband, who was incredibly aggressive, super attacking of me, bad-mouthed me constantly in front of the children, poisoned my neighbors against me, talked about me, incessantly, did whatever that he could do to break me. He did whatever he could do to make my life miserable. But what he was looking for was my reaction, because I had been fighting with him for 20 years, essentially like, no, it's like, be positive, be as, a gentle human being. It's like, no, it's okay. Not everybody's a jerk. I was like this positive influence in his life forever. And when I was no longer able to influence him that way, and then I became the prime target, that was it. I knew there was no way that I was going to be able to influence him the way that I normally did. The only thing that I could do to protect myself and my children and the relationship moving forward, because I knew I have children. He is going to be in my life for a long time. If I don't figure this out, this is going to be super intense and awful. And I don't want to be another one of those awful stories of everybody's divorce that's like, oh, we changed the locks and we did this and we've had we fought over here and it was this and he badmouthed me, well, I'm going to badmouth him. Nope. Every time he did something that was intense and incredibly hurtful, I'm the one with the yogic practice. I know what the high road is. It's hard to walk the high road. It is hard to choose to be positive. It is challenging to put yourself on this path and say, I commit to peace. I commit to doing what is necessary to change the energy of this situation. It took a long time. We still have setbacks. It's 8 years later. He is still bitter and angry, and he remarried, and you would think you'd move on, but they don't. When they're low-level energies, they just look for the fight. That's what they're looking for. So are you going to rise to the occasion? Are you going to do something different about it? Are you going to choose to be, with standing in this yogic integrity? That's what the practice is. That's what you can do this month. It's like, no, I'm not going to shut down, and I'm not going to harden up, and I'm not going to, use fire with fire. Do I need boundaries? Yes. Have I put him in his place tactfully? Absolutely. Have I gathered good allies and changed the relationship to my neighbors over the years because I was able to do that? Yes, because I'm patient and I'm forgiving and I don't hold grudges because they waste energy. Why would I bother doing that? It's like I'm just going to keep on living my life over here, and people will figure it out. The longer you walk on that high road and the less you engage in that low-level negativity energy, the better you are going to be of service. And what are you here to do? How are you here to help? What do you want to show? Friends of mine who have gone through divorces since then have taken it. It's like a note from the book of Gina. It's like, oh, wow, there is somebody that could actually do something different with this. Yeah, there is. And not everybody's going to respond the same way, and it's not for everybody, and it's challenging. But I have taken, I'm different in a lot of ways, so okay, fine, I'll sign up to be, the weirdo pioneer of being nice to your ex in order to get them to not attack you constantly. It's like you can actually do these things in life, but it requires an inner awareness. So during your physical practice, what's churning through you, what's in your head, what's coming out of your body, what is going through your heart. If you're telling yourself stories about, and it's like an angry voice, or there's grudge energy, or we're holding on to some resentment, or you want somebody to change in order for it to be okay. It's like, okay, what can I do about the situation? I can't change them. I can't change the situation. I mean, in grief especially, we can't bring them back. We can't bring them back. What's the opening that I can have here? Well, let me explore the depth of my grief. Let me explore the depth of my sadness. Let me explore the energy of it. And when you're so sick and tired of feeling it, you'll change. It's like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I don't really want to do this anymore this way. I'd like to do something different. And that's where the courage comes in. When you can actually ride then in the physical practice with these intense sensations and keep going, you are training for outside of here. We might think, oh, what good is a back bend? Really, it's like if I do this, bow pose and smile through bow pose. It's like I'm smiling. Everybody in the room, if you could see it from where I am, is like, ah, there's this face. It's like, it's okay if you can engage and enjoy it. Dare even say, I'm going to enjoy this moment of total expansion and intensity. It's going to get better at some point. It may not be now, but it's going to come. Fake it till you make it. It's like we ride off that energy together, which is why I also kind of bring us together, right? If your tendency is to kind of go to the fringes and you need help, if you're low energy, get right into the thick of it. Come right into the middle. Come right closer to each other. Pick people who inspire you to hang out with. If you are feeling low, don't hang out with other people who are feeling low. It's like, there's kind of like, if you're going into a bar to kind of to hang out with the same people, and it's just like a constant bitch fest, and you're just like getting drunk and, getting numb, and then the next day you feel worse, and then there's shame and guilt attached to it because you spent so much money, and then, now I ruined my diet, and then all of a sudden it goes into these other things. Why are you doing that same thing again? Forgive yourself and do something different, but put yourself in situations that are actually going to elevate you. And then you'll actually see a change. If you continue to just keep chewing on the same things that you've been doing all along, that's not the real courage of this practice. The courage is to really face it and then do something different. Are you going to change overnight? No. Can you forgive yourself for taking longer than maybe you want to? Sure. These are all ways that we can work, and the embodiment of the practice is really to become the best detectives about yourself as you possibly can, and without any preconceived notions or judgments. It's like, what's real today? My body feels different today. I can do this better today, or I can feel this in a different way, or what happens? And then see after practice, are you more patient? Are you more relaxed? Do you have a little bit more fortitude and ground under you? Can you make a different decision? Is there something else? Choose to contemplate certain things after practice. The hours that are after a nice energetic, clearing will make you a lot more tuned in to your own process than just being thrown off by these external influences all the time. So whether it's people or it's the astrology or, it's like Mercury retrograde, back up your computers, it's like just make sure and know that some boogeymen from the past may reappear because it likes to churn up old things. So just know that some certain things are coming and prepare. Set some intention then as we come inside, and let's all kind of close our eyes and connect. As you ground and you lift, notice what is here for you today to witness in your physical body. And if you can close your eyes, do. It brings a natural awareness of yourself. But if it feels forceful, then allow yourself to have your eyes open. Just pick a point on the floor to focus on in front of you. Eventually, your eyes will close, and it will be of their own doing. As you notice then your physical body, you scan. Are we sitting up tall? Do we need a little bit more support to do so? Maybe sit on your blanket or a block. We feel then a natural lifting and lengthening out of your lower back. That we want to feel a subtle low belly engagement, which will help us to lift higher. That's your connection to your power center. As you lift and lengthen then through the sternum, feel the heart point tracking upwards. Give your shoulders a little roll, up, back, and down. Squeeze that space between the shoulders, then release them down. The back portal to the heart, right between the shoulder blades. As you feel the resting space of your hands on your legs, if you feel you need some grounded connection to yourself, have your palms be facing down. If you feel open and more subtle energy, receiving that, turn your palms facing up. Lightly connect the tip of the thumb and the forefinger together, forming Jnana Mudra, which is the mudra of self-awareness, recycling the energy inside of yourself. Even with the sirens blazing, can we notice what we are feeling in our bodies in this container? Witness without judgment. There's no good or bad, right or wrong. If we have chronic conditions or pain, can you bring your mind there and remember compassion throughout the practice? Forgive yourself for being where you are. God bless you. We start to scan your mental and emotional spheres. What's been rattling around in your heart and your mind lately? Do you notice the effect on your energy, on your body? Again, it's okay. We'll set intention to help to support wherever you are. And in that collective intention, we also are really committing to doing the work with courage, to explore the edges and the shadows, our light and expansion, to fill up with what we need so that we can continue to do the big work that the yogis are here to do, to shift the energy of this planet, to be of better service to humanity, to be more loving, compassionate, and kind. And we energize it all with the breath. As you inhale, really flood all the way down to the pelvic floor. And then gush it out. Releasing and letting go. A few more times just like that. If you want to sound or sigh, honor it. And then let's layer in your deep Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi is an oceanic sound, constricting the back of the throat on your inhales and exhales. It's the same muscles that you use when you whisper, or if you're trying to fog up a mirror. This will help you to stay focused and present throughout the class, and also help you to burn through whatever it is that you are churning up. From this place, tuned in, connected, turned on, and ready, we open the practice and join our energy together by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale deeply for Om.
So I have not